It's the Emit Blackwell Show, searching the web for the most creative, intriguing, and captivating people in the world.
Welcome once again to the Emit Blackwell Show. Before we begin, I would like to thank you all for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. On this episode, I have the very talented Mikalyn Hay. She is an amazing songwriter and performer. Her music and vocals are haunting, and her style is captivating. Her dedication and hard work has earned her such awards as the Summer 2016 for Anyway Indie International Songwriting Contest, the Alice Sloan Scholarship for the Kiwanis Festival for an original song, and she also took first place in the Guelph Kiwanis Festival in 2016, as well as many others. We are very pleased to have Mikalyn Hay on the show. Mikalyn, how are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Now, your music, it's very professionally done. And for somebody who knows audio like I do, it sounds amazing. The lyrics are reflective of your style, and I'm astonished by your pop sound. Okay. When did you begin singing and writing music?
So, I started singing I started taking lessons when I was in grade 2. So I believe I was around 7 at that time. But, I did my first performance when I was 5 at my school talent show, and my parents kind of thought that it was just a one-off thing, and I was going to be it was just a phase or whatever, but they were wrong, clearly, because here I am, and I'm lucky. I have a pretty musical family, so they put me in lessons for piano when I was 5, so I was kind of able to teach myself up until the point where I started getting vocal lessons, which was really nice. But that's really where I started, and I started writing when I was 7. I found some of my old songs that I had written then, and they're pretty bad, but they're a start.
Well, the bad music is what leads to the good music. So,
Exactly.
someday,
gotta start somewhere.
Someday, in the distant future, they'll be pulling up those old songs, and it'll be part of some kind of collection that you'll have to put out.
Yeah, exactly. They're pretty rough. Some of them. There's one that I found called Lollipop Land, and it's just a run-on sentence, but.
Well, it sounds like an interesting song in itself. Yeah. So now, you are very young for your talent. Who has inspired you as a musician?
Oh God, I have so many influences that have inspired me from such a young age. One of my main writing influences, and one that really inspired my style, was she's a British pop singer, and her name is Marina and the Diamonds. And when I first started writing, it was almost reflective of her style and that type of thing. And then I was able to kind of take the sound that I learned and she inspired and then make my own. So that she's probably my main inspiration.
Wow. Well, it sounds pretty interesting. I like British music in the first place. It's got a different kind of sound to it ever since way back in the Beatles' time, which is probably way before your time, but still, they've always had innovative sounds.
Especially a lot of the European countries, I find they have some really interesting artists coming out of there, and a lot of them inspire me, especially now that I can kind of branch out and find my own sound. So,
yeah, we've actually had a couple of European bands, and it's like electro swing type music that's going on over there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. I love that sound. So now, you've taken many awards in such a short amount of time. For example, you were the winner of the Indie International Songwriting Contest at Summer 2016, the winner of the Alice Sloan Scholarship, congratulations, from the Kiwanis Festival for an original song, a first place at the Guelph Kiwanis Festival 2016, winner of the Talent Watch Tabletop Records Competition of 2016. So those are just to name a few. We could go on for miles on this. When you approach a competition, what things help you focus on your goal?
Well, I think for me, I'm not entirely always going in there, for things that are writing especially, I'm not writing for the competition specifically. I'm writing to write a good song, and then if it fits the categories, then I'll enter it. If it's something that I have to prepare for, like an audition or a scholarship position, I have amazing vocal coaches and my piano teacher's great. So they're really, really on board with helping me prepare as far in advance as they can let me. And like I'm preparing for an audition right now that's not till next February. But
wow,
you just have to put in the time and the dedication and be able to do it in your sleep, and then you'll be good.
So you must be like one of those people that are really hard on yourself when it comes to your music.
Yeah, I try to be, because it's not an easy industry, and you can't really let yourself slack off in a way. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you have to be hard on yourself, and it helps that way.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting. Now, we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors. We're going to talk about your songs that you've had, some amazing lyrics that you have in these songs, and the stories behind them. So we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors. Have you ever found yourself looking for a gift but just can't find something that's unique and different? There are many online shops to find jewelry, but most of those sites carry manufactured creations that are mass-produced. The internet is at your fingertips. You shouldn't have to travel through all the realms to get something amazing. At Willow Kestrel Jewelry, you will find handcrafted creations. Whether you are looking for a wire-wrapped pendant, natural shells, or beautiful precious gemstones, you will find it all at Willow Kestrel Jewelry Shop at Etsy.com. Willow Kestrel Jewelry uses genuine gemstones, including amethyst, moonstone, citrine, rose quartz, larimar, malachite, sapphire, and many more. You can make it rain with gemstones. I know I did. And it felt like I had been transported back in time to when me and my friend had to take a ring back to a mountainous volcano and toss it in to save the world. Now you can use the coupon code Blackwell20. That's Blackwell with the number 20 to save 20% at checkout. Search Willow Kestrel Jewelry under Shops at Etsy.com today. In a world full of obstacles and haphazard graphics, one company has broken the mold of building amazing book covers, banners, video trailers, and more. Book Banners, Etc. is your premier source for the most epic designs. Constructed from the mind of independent author Lynn Lamb, Book Banners, Etc. is dedicated to making your dream a reality. They offer an array of marketing materials at affordable prices. If you're looking for book covers that pop, banners that captivate, swag for signing, and alluring video trailers, stop by www.bookbannersetc.com. That's bookbannersetc.com. Imagine your world, then make it epic with www.bookbannersetc.com. All right, now we are back, and I have to tell you, Mikalyn, one of the first songs that I heard of yours was Close. And it's an amazing song. What was the story behind this one?
So I wrote that song with my friend Chris, and the way that we write is we just kind of sit down and we'll start making a beat or a track, and then kind of coming up with the melody, coming up with the lyrics from that point forward. So with Close specifically, I remember we came up with the chorus, the hook part first, and then we got the words close to me, and we were like, okay, we have to be able to describe this and figure all of that out. So we kind of just work backwards in a way. And Close is just about, we had the idea, we didn't end up doing this in the video, but like you see somebody in a grocery store type of thing that you had a history with, whether it's romantically or just like anyone really. And you see somebody and you're like, all the feelings come back. So that was kind of the inspiration behind that song.
Wow. And the music video that accompanies this thing, I mean, really the most intriguing part is the fact that you filmed this in this specific location. Where did you film this?
We filmed this in Toronto, and it was at a restaurant called M, and we got to go in before it was open for the day and film everything there. And then we filmed just around the street right by the restaurant. So it's funny because we went and we recorded the restaurant scenes right at the beginning of the day, but then we wanted the scenes outside of the restaurant to be more at night. So then we went and we just went back to Chris's place for 8 hours, and then we went and we shot it again. And Chris, actually, he's one of the main producers that I work with. He's my age, and we did the entire EP and the entire album that Close is on ourselves, and we filmed that whole video. So it was very interesting, kind of being directed by one of my best friends, but I'm really glad with how the video turned out. I love it a lot, and it was so much fun to film.
Well, kudos to the director. I mean, that is a very, I thought that was a professionally done. I mean, I'm sure it's professional. I thought that was done by somebody who has like 10 plus years of experience. I mean, that was actually a really good music video. So, kudos to him as well. Now we're going to take a listen to Close by Mikalyn Hay now.
so surprised I worked out a smile, out a smile, out a smile. 'Cause I've grown and I've changed. Yeah, we went separate ways. How come we're both back here? 'Cause you pushed me away, let my life rearrange, but still we're both back here. Back here. Close to me, I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me, close to me. You know how to make me lose all control, all control. I should know when I need to let myself go. So let's go. Close to me, I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me. I'm not the same, I'm not the same, I'm not the same person anymore. I'm not the same, I'm not the same, I'm not the same. I want you close to me, I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me. I want you close to me. I can see that you wanted me. Follow me, baby, just follow me. Trust me, baby, get close to me.
All right, and we are back. Now, your voice is incredible. It has this haunting, kind of timeless quality that really fits well with the minor melodies and harmonies of your songs. And your song Gone almost reminds me of like an Evanescent style of music. What is the story behind that song?
Gone is a funny one. So I wrote that one a little while ago with two co-writers of mine, and we basically locked ourselves into a room and we were like, okay, we have to be able to write a bunch of songs and record them, basically, is what our goal was. And so we ended up writing 3, and Gone was one of them. And it's basically just about kind of the realization when a relationship ends of like how they're not there anymore and you don't have them anymore. And I got to film an amazing video for that song, and that was through Yonk, which is a new record label. So it was absolutely amazing. It was such a fun experience.
Wow. And it's just funny to me because you guys seem to lock yourselves in rooms and write songs quite often. Do you guys have like an escape room process? Like maybe like if we get past this bar, we can get through this door? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's if we write this first, we can go get food.
Ah, there you go.
That's
there you go.
honestly what it is. Like my friend Chris that I write with, we won't stop for food until we have something done. And I'll be like, okay, I'm going. And he's like, nope, we have to finish this. So usually it's like you finish a section and then you get a little reward.
So you guys basically hold yourselves hostage. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right, and we're going to take a listen to Gone by Mikalyn Hay.
This tap is running, watch the water overflow. Got too much love in this container, just won't hold. Got all these voices whispering what to do. The sound I'm missing is the one I get from you. If there's a cure, give me the pill. This part of me I wanna kill. I can't take it anymore. It only hurts 'cause you're gone. 'cause you're gone. The clock is ticking, wish the needle hits a stop. The time is running, but this heart can barely walk. Got brave intentions, just need to turn them on. The night you disappeared, you took the switch alone. If there's a cure, give me the pill. This part of me I wanna kill. I can't take it anymore. It only hurts 'cause you're gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. It only hurts 'cause you're gone, gone, gone. It only hurts. It only hurts. Hurts 'cause you're gone. I need a painkiller. Give me a blame killer. I need a shame killer. Give me the cure. It only hurts 'cause you're gone, gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. It only hurts 'cause you're gone, gone, gone. It only hurts. It only hurts. Hurts 'cause you're gone.
All right, and we are back. Now, you haven't mentioned it yet, but you are an amazing pianist. When you sit down to write a song, do you begin with the tune or the lyrics?
Oh, I always start with the melody first. I'm very piano driven when I write, and I'm very melody centered. So usually for me, the melody comes first and then the lyrics are secondary, and it kind of just falls into place. So I'm definitely more music based than lyrics.
Yeah, and actually I noticed, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, if they've seen the video Gone, okay? I noticed the old upright piano just for a brief moment. It was there and I was like, "Oh, wow, that's cool." That's a good touch right there. So yeah, congratulations on that too, just by adding those little things in there that people don't notice right away. But yeah, I saw it and I was like, "Oh, there it is." Okay.
Yeah, no, the director for Gone, I cannot speak highly, and like, he was absolutely amazing. It was two of them, Kurt Jeffke and Chancellor Warhol, and Chance actually he directed a very big music video and it just got put out. So I'm so happy for him. They were both such down-to-earth people and they were so amazing. It was so much fun to film.
Yeah, it definitely is an intriguing video. So now, what are some of your future goals for your music?
Mm-hmm. I'm planning on putting out an EP soon, so I'm really working towards that right now. And getting that to a place where I'm really proud to show it. It's well packaged. I have my branding sorted out. I have like every little tiny detail plan. That's kind of my goal that I'm working towards for short-term future. And then long-term, obviously, it's to just keep making music and be able to tour.
Yeah, and that's another thing you just kind of touched on is branding.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that most people forget when they're, creating music and things, is that they don't really feel as though a brand is something that should be out front. And it's true. And so I'm glad you're actually spending some time on that. That's good.
Yeah, and I feel like it's important because it's the music business. It's an industry and you have to treat it as such. Even though it is artistic and creative, it's still a business at the end of the day. So you have to have your brand, you have to have it figured out. And it's something that I've struggled with for sure, just because I'll go write a song and then contradict it with the next song in the style. And it's just because, it happens all the time to so many artists. So I think that focusing on branding is definitely a big goal of mine because it's something that I personally struggle with.
Yeah, and don't worry too much about creating a song that doesn't sound just like the one previous to it. Mm-hmm. That's what expands your style in a lot of ways. And a lot of artists, especially musical artists, when they start to expand their style, they're kind of nervous about it because they're afraid that their fans won't like it. And then what they realize later is that, hey, this music has now become part of the artist. I can think of one, Madonna, for example, who took her style in so many different directions, but then when you hear one of her songs, you're like, that's definitely Madonna, Yeah,
exactly, because she's so authentic.
Mm-hmm, definitely. So now, what advice would you give a new musician, a new singer, a new songwriter?
Okay, I have a few ideas. So for musicians, somebody who's just trying to kind of do music, I think practice is so important. And I'm learning guitar now, and it is a struggle for me because I've been playing piano since I was 5, but Guitar, on the other hand, I have never played. And my guitar teacher, he told me that what you always need to bring into the practice room is gratitude. And so even if it's not going the way that you want it to, even if you feel like it's all falling apart, you feel like you suck at the instrument or whatever you're doing, just be grateful that you can even sit down with the guitar or sit down at the piano, and you have the ability to be able to make music and experience the hard times that come in the way and all of that. So I think that that is very important. And that's definitely advice that I'd give to specifically musicians starting out, because trust me, I know the practice room sucks sometimes. I know it gets very difficult, but you just have to stick through it and be thankful that you can even play.
I just want to say thank you for being here on the show. It's amazing.
Thank you for having me. I'm so glad to be here.
No problem. Honestly, the amount of talent you have at such a young age is incredible. And if you're going at this rate right now, I can't imagine what you're going to do in the future. So,
Thank you.
And the fact that you are so tough on yourself enough to hold yourself hostage in a room to get songs written, that right there shows that you're definitely dedicated. So
thank you.
Definitely keep pushing through on that music. Now we're going to be closing out the show with another one of your songs. This one's called Now That It's Over. What is the story behind this one?
Yeah, so I wrote that with Roseanne Baker Thornley and Northeastern, and they're two writers that I actually just spent the last week of March break with Roseanne, which was absolutely amazing. We wrote a new song, and we kind of wrote Now That It's Over. We started at the piano, and we were a little bit stuck at the beginning of the write. We weren't sure kind of where to take it. And then both North and I are very melody driven, and Roseanne is a beautiful lyricist. So it was a really great mix because it just kind of fell into place almost. And the song itself is just about, it's kind of similar to Gone. It's like, it's taking the emotion kind of in Gone and then furthering it a bit more. So it's a little, I feel like it's like, it takes place after Gone in a way. And so I think it's like you realize that person's not in your life anymore. You realize that you're gone, and now that it's over is more you're thinking back over the entire relationship, thinking about everything that could have been different, everything like that. So I feel like that's what Now That It's Over is about.
Yeah, and you know, songs like that are what help people get through bad relationships. I tell you what, I have had relationships in my past, and I've listened to a song and just said, man, I'm glad I don't have it that bad. No,
Yeah.
But seriously
Right?
though, yeah. Honestly though, and I try to avoid country music whenever I go through a breakup or something like that because it just never goes right. But
You're just gonna cry.
yeah, yeah. And even though I don't have a dog, it's apparently run away. You know. And
yeah.
no, I'm just joking. But anyhow, it's crazy how much you've done in such a short amount of time. I want to thank you so much for being here on the show.
Thank you for having me. I had a great time.
No problem. And we're going to take a listen to Now That It's Over. This is Emit Blackwell signing out. Stay creative and stay captivating, my friends.
We had love like a photograph, and you told me that it would last, and you said that the best hasn't happened yet. That was the plan. Every smile that you promised me, every night that we fell asleep, every breath, every laugh that we both had, when you said that you can't get enough of me. All these moments that I never noticed were right there in front of me, when you told me you'd never leave. Love means nothing now. Now that it's over, now that it's over, love means nothing now. Now that it's over. Yeah, we loved till the light was gone, and our hands, they kept holding on, and in the dark, just another long heart to heart. Oh, nothing could ever go wrong. Yeah, never go bad. Yeah, never be gone, 'cause that's what we had. That means nothing now. Now that it's over, now that it's over, that means nothing now. Now that that means nothing now. Now that it's over, now that it's over, that means nothing now. Now that it's over, that means nothing now. Now that it's over, now that it's over, that means nothing now. Now that it's over, now that it's over. Now that it's over, now that it's over. Now that it's over, now that we're over.
It's the Emit Blackwell Show, searching the web for the most creative, intriguing, and captivating people in the world.